Today, I'm talking about marriage coaching. That's the unsung hero of relationship repair and why it might be the missing piece after therapy has left you feeling stuck, frustrated, or even more confused. And if this sounds like your situation, stick around because you're exactly who I made this for. Hi, I'm Jim McKenzie. I work with high-functioning, ambitious couples all over the world. They're people who are brilliant at work and thriving in their career, but they're silently falling apart at home. And if that's you, you're watching the right video. Because most of my clients have spent thousands on therapy and counseling and books, you name it. They've talked it out, but nothing has really changed. And that's where marriage coaching comes in. Today, I'm digging into why traditional approaches might not be enough, and why marriage coaching is the most effective, practical, and empowering step you could try. Now, some clients in therapy felt like they were doing 90% of the emotional labor. Okay, others said that it helped them to understand the problem, but it didn't give them the tools to fix it. Now, if that's you, pause here and hit the subscribe button because every week I'm going to be breaking down practical, emotionally smart ways for you to get unstuck. And you don't need to spend 5 years of time you haven't got in the therapist's chair. So let's dive in. Why marriage coaching and not more therapy? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Therapy is valuable. It does have value. It helps lots of people process trauma, diagnose mental health problems, and understand childhood issues and patterns from their childhood that are causing the dysfunction. But that's not always what your marriage needs right now, especially if you're busy, and I've been there through business problems, financial disaster, and you need action. Now, when your connection is fading fast, when your partner feels more like a roommate than a lover, you don't need to dive deeper into the past. You need a coach who can steer you in the right direction and say, look, this is what you need to do next. Because the difference is that coaching is based on strategy, it's future focused, and it's fast paced. And it will fit into, your schedule and look for real world results. Okay, it can't exist in a vacuum because life is dynamic, things change, and coaching can help you adapt. Try this metaphor. I mean, therapy might help you understand, for example, if your house caught fire. Coaching would hand you a hose, a blueprint, and a team that says, okay, let's rebuild it. So the solution-focused advantage is that coaches ask what's working, what's missing, what can we do this week to rebuild the trust in your connection? And you'll learn how to stop reacting and to be proactive. Okay, and especially with setting boundaries that bond and don't blow up and rebuild that emotional safety in which you need to build in order to grow. One couple I coached recently, he was a founder of a major nonprofit. And he said to me, and I like this quote, he said, therapy helped us name the pain, but coaching gave us a way to change it. Right. And so, it's more than problem solving, marriage coaching. It's what most people don't realize. It's building a vision for something that's much better. Because using that metaphor about the house, if you're only ever trying to put out fires, you'll never get to build the house. And what people like me do as a coach is to help couples discover what kind of relationship they really want now, because the person you're with is not the person who you married. Things have changed. You need to learn how to re-communicate with them with clarity and how to feel respected, wanted, and safe again. That's the goal. It's not survival, it's connection and growth. And that's the shift. And it's from surviving to designing the relationship you want. Now, you may say, Jim, look, what about marriage counselors? Well, there is a difference there too, because a counselor will explore the past and a coach like me will explore the future. A counselor will work on healing, whereas a coach like me will work on strategy. And, a counselor may leave things open-ended. My process is to find a goal, set a time limit, if you like, and to be action-oriented. And so you'll never hear from me, oh, well, that's all I have time for today. If your marriage is falling apart, you've probably experienced this, and you're not crazy for feeling disappointed. A coach likes to move faster. Okay, it's not about who's right or wrong. It's about what works. That's the end goal and what gets results. And so in this series, I will be giving a more extensive method of how I work. But if you want a quick taste now, download my free 6-day marriage reset ebook. It's in the description below. And, you can have a look and you'll see how it works to start getting you unstuck. Now, I'm not going to say to you that I have a magic pill. It's not magic. It only works when there's a good fit and a commitment from both me as your coach and for you as clients. The couples I work with are balancing board meetings, carpool lines, profit and loss reports, jet lag, deadlines, and major disconnection at home. And so if that's you, you'll need a coach who gets your world. I've lived in it, and I'm still here 30 years later with my wife and my kids, and I still run businesses, and I enjoy it because I built a system that worked with my life, not against it. And so the work that a coach does, again, it's not 9 to 5. It's flexible around your schedule, and it's tailored for leaders, not therapy clients. Okay. You don't need another workbook. You need to find a way forward. You haven't got the time. And so I understand the pressure of you as a high achiever, right? And you need to build that framework around your lifestyle. There's no such thing as one size fits all advice. You can read all the books in the world and it will not fit because you need to have the map. Okay. And someone who won't let you coast, but and I won't shame you if you can't get it right. Okay. You need to practice. And you can't fix things the way you fix things at work. All right. You don't need another sort of 3-month cycle of talking about your childhood. You need tools, accountability, and real results. Now, if you're still watching this, then I know this about you, okay? That you actually care about change. You're very successful in your career, you're a fighter, and you're not giving up easily. And so if you're willing to work, and I'm here to say to you, I will give you that roadmap. I help people who become emotionally connected without sacrificing your careers, your values, or your identity. So if that appeals to you, book a call, okay? Bring your story. I'll bring the roadmap, okay? We'll look at what's working and what still can, all right? And make sure you do subscribe to the series because I'm breaking down actual coaching tools that I use in my practice to help partners in the situation connect because they're feeling emotionally withdrawn and worn down. Until then, and I hope to see you inside, keep leading, keep loving, and remember that no marriage is about perfection, it's about practice. And I'll see you in the next video.